All right, welcome back to another Bailey Boys podcast show, podcast.
Podcast.
Welcome.
Yes, welcome back. Welcome back. Um, announcement: we're no longer promising an episode every week. Sorry about you.
I'm no longer promising an episode every week. There.
I wasn't gonna say it because there's a singular person that is affiliated with me that is really throwing you under the bus on the Instagram. I won't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The social
but
media manager.
yeah, the social media manager is really dogging you, but.
No, it's all good. Yeah.
It's just hard to get things scheduled. We apologize. If we start getting some more listeners or things change and we got more time, we'll go back to every week. But for right now, we're gonna try and aim for a bi-weekly release. So just be looking every other Wednesday and check out the Instagram for updates as we posted
Correct.
about last week.
Correct.
Today,
Correct.
we are talking about a couple of things. First things first, we've got a couple of fans that are upset because I missed something in our Big Money Brewfest stories. And it's pretty
Big thing.
big thing that happened. I just
And I thought you weren't even
completely
gonna mention it. That's why I was like, I'm not gonna remind him.
well see, I just forgot about it. Like I didn't realize it was the same day. Like so much
Yeah.
happened. That's why we called the episode 18 hours. It's because so much
Yes.
happened. Like I don't remember that it all happened that it was the same day.
Right.
And I don't remember because I remember which way we were driving on this part of the story that I have to add on 2 episodes later.
Yep.
But I don't remember why. Because we were driving like we were coming from Carbondale, but we definitely didn't come from Carbondale. So I don't know why we were driving that way, unless we went back to Carbondale. Anyway,
Was that when you were going to the Rome? Maybe.
no, we were going to Von Jakob because we had uh, it was
Oh,
me
I
and
see.
some of the ROTC
You were
guys.
right. You were going to Von Jakob because you guys were talking about it whenever we got to Von Jakob, and you guys were pissed whenever we got there.
Yeah,
I remember that now.
yeah.
I was barely conscious because I was, but I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, what happened was we were in the car, and it's me and Max in the back seat, and Targos is driving, and then Walton is in the front seat. So we're all like driving along, and me and Max are pretty hammered. And so I'm doing as I do in Targos's car, which is just like looking for shit I can fuck up and play with.
That's when you were spitting sunflower seeds up there too, right?
Yeah, I did that later that day,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, I look in the back and there's like a can of bear spray, and I was like, "Oh, this could be funny." So I pick it up and I bring it into the back seat, and I just like I'm not
Yeah.
planning on doing anything with it. I'm just like looking at it, like reading the label and shit. And then Max, I don't remember how it got into Max's hand, whether I gave it to him or whether he took
But
it
it
while I
did.
had it. I had a hold of it. Don't know.
Right.
Not gonna accuse anything, but Anyway, the windows were down, and dude just shoots it out of the window, out of the moving car. He's spraying bear mace, and
Yeah.
then brings it back in, like puts the cap on, and Targos is pissed off. He's like, Max, that's expensive. Like, don't spray my fucking bear spray. And so then we brought the bear spray to Walton's attention.
Yep.
And so somehow the bear spray makes it to the front seat. We're still driving. We're still chilling. We're still chilling. And then you know how Targos and Walton's relationship is. It is quite
Yes.
comical. It's quite comical, but they're a back and forth bunch. And oh, I don't remember what he said. They're arguing in the front seat,
Uh.
and Walton he like points the bear mace at him, jokingly,
Right.
fine,
Jokingly.
jokingly, points the bear mace at him, and is like, you can do what I fucking say or something stupid. I don't know. And then what happens after that is up to a little bit of controversy. Okay, if I'm
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
taking
Now.
sides if I
Now
say
the
the
gray
wrong
area
thing,
starts.
but I'm gonna take sides. So anyway, so then after the joke was happened where he was had the bear mace pointed at him, Targos gets real pissed off. He steals the can of bear mace and he points it at Walton, and he accidentally, and then as he's like swinging it, he accidentally sprays it on the windshield. Sprays it on the windshield immediately as soon as it goes off in the car. Like everybody starts going like gagging, like like we're in a very small chamber with something that is supposed to deter an 800+ pound animal. And there's
now
four
you're
of us
driving
in
in the
there.
highway.
Yeah, we're driving on a
With-
highway with freaking bear mace on the window, and it was horrible. So immediately, I hadn't even hit the windshield yet, and I started like feeling it in my throat. And so we pulled over. He like gets the car like in park, and like all of us immediately like doors open, we're out of the car. And like me and Max threw up.
Oh my god.
Me and Max threw up. I don't know. I don't remember if Targos and Walton did, but like we were all out of the car, like just fucking
Yeah.
like, dude, what the fuck? And
It's wild.
yeah, so that's the addition to the Big Money Brewfest Day. I forgot that it had happened on the same day, but
You got it.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it was pretty awful. I don't ever
Wild.
want to be on the receiving end of bear spray. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, you gotta watch out.
And then to
Never spray bear mace in your car.
yeah, and to get back at Walton even further, I believe after we finally got back on the road and cleaned the bear mace,
Yeah.
I believe Walton's hat was thrown out the window, and so then we had to turn around to go get his hat and pull over.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's always a good time with those fellas. It's always a good time.
Yeah, that day was so fucking long. It was wild, man.
Yeah, I like I said, forgot that happened on the same day. Just so much shit happened. I don't know. I'm
Yes.
still not convinced it did happen on the same day, but it might have. I don't know.
I think it did because I remember you guys talking about it whenever you guys went to Von Jakob.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then maybe it did. I don't know.
You're like, I cannot believe you sprayed bear mace in your own car, bro. I was like, I didn't spray bear mace in my own car. You sprayed bear mace in my car. And they're all going back and forth. And then they'd start wrestling, and then they'd stop wrestling, and then they'd let it go for like 5 minutes, and then they'd be back at it.
Yeah, dude. That honestly, that was why they were wrestling in the parking lot when we were about to leave. When it was just me, Max, and Targos. That was 100% why they were wrestling. I'm putting it all together now.
It's making sense. Crossing the I's and dotting the T's.
But yeah, it's all coming together.
Nice.
So yeah. Anyway, next on the agenda,
Mm-hmm.
agenda.
There's an agenda.
Yeah, we have not an
Big
agenda.
Bailey is pushing the agenda.
Big Bailey. We have wedding weekend. The people of Instagram said on the poll that they wanted to hear a wedding weekend recap.
Congratulations, by the way,
Wow,
Mr.
thank you
Burks,
so much.
Mr. Banks.
I thought he was fucking with me. I thought that. So anyway, when we were going through the rehearsal dinner, the guy who is, what do they call that? Not doing the wedding, but like, the vows. Like he's not the vows. What, I don't know.
Yeah, the
preacher man.
ceremony rehearsal.
Yeah, well, no, not
with the preacher man himself.
Yeah, I don't know what they call that. What do they call that? I don't know.
I don't know. Dude, you're asking the wrong guy.
Yeah, I know. I'm asking the Brazilian for help on American
I'm like
words,
10 years away from marriage, man. Like, I have no idea.
Okay, anyway, the guy who was marrying us, he looked at us during the rehearsal dinner and was like, yeah, and then I will introduce you as like Mr. and Mrs. Banks. And I thought he was fucking with me. I thought for sure he was he was memeing, bro. Nah, he was serious.
And we're like, yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Banks. Woo!
Dude, that was funny as fuck. But anyway, yeah, I mean,
that was wild.
I don't know. I guess it was pretty fun. What are your thoughts?
No, it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful area that you guys chose.
Yeah. And we had it on the property, the 40 acres, nice oak grove. It's pretty. Yeah.
I thought initially that it would be a better idea to do it like further in, like further down.
Yeah.
Whenever it was down there. However, after we set up, it was perfect because I feel like that further down area just added to the scenery.
Yeah,
Honestly, with the trees were like even further away.
I
By
wanted
the
to
way,
do it further down, but I'm not upset with how it happened either. Just because, of, like you said, it was pretty regardless. So
it was beautiful, man. It was
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
Did the pictures come in already, or did you get
We've
any
got some
pictures yet?
samples for the pictures. We don't have them, all of them yet.
Gotcha.
I'm sure as soon as we get some, we can probably post some on the Instagram for all to see. But
The gram.
yeah, we don't have we've got just some sample stuff, but they look really good. Cost a fortune, so they fucking better look good. But
Yeah, they better look fucking good, right?
yeah. But anyway, we
That's funny.
had a good time. My now wife looked fucking amazing. Had me tearing up when I turned around. So she told me if I didn't cry at the wedding that she was going to divorce me and we were going to do it again. So
So you're like, oh my god, I have to cry.
I have to do it.
I must.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, it was a good time. Had some zingers in my vows. People enjoyed that. That was
Some zingers.
some zingers. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Had to break up the like emotionalness and the seriousness a little bit. You
Open
know
up
how I
the
am.
right, exactly.
Got to be a little bit of a
Open up the
jokester.
box a little.
Yeah. But yeah, and then the party afterwards was pretty fucking fun,
That was fun too, bro.
dude. Oh my gosh, I it was so fun, and I didn't even like it. It wasn't one of those times where I was like I had to be like hammered to get fun. Like I was pretty
Yeah.
sober, and I was just
Mhm.
vibing the entire time. Like
Yes,
the
sir.
DJ was really really good. Had good company. All the bros
Yep.
were having a good time. Freaking
hmm
first time I've met Charlie, and he was a blast, dude.
Yeah, dude, dude is wilding out there. It's so funny.
Yeah, so
Fucking Australian man. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
playing Buffalo. I didn't even know that was a game before that.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly. He's like, you want to play Buffalo? Like, sure. Gets got 4 times.
right.
Oh my
So
god.
for people who aren't familiar with Buffalo yet, we'll
Mm.
explain it to you. So essentially, it's a pretty simple drinking game where, like, it's
Where things
extremely
can get
simple.
really interesting.
Yeah. If you get caught with the drink in your right hand, right?
Right hand, yeah.
If you get caught with the drink in your right hand, somebody can say Buffalo, and then you have to down the
Chug it.
rest of that drink. Doesn't matter if
Right.
it's beer, liquor, wine. You're down in that shit.
Doesn't matter if it's full. If it's
Yeah.
empty, then
Doesn't
I
matter if
guess
you
you have no
just
drink.
popped it
But
open. Doesn't matter if there's nothing
right.
in it. You gotta finish it.
That's wild.
But that game was insane.
I was so mad. I was so mad because he got me right when I got my drink. I was talking to the bartender. I was like, "Yeah, haha, cool. Yeah, do me. Let's do a whiskey coke with a Crown. Haha, yeah." And then she makes it, and we're talking and whatever. And then I pick it up, and I like turn to my left, and then Charlie's over there, and he's just like, "Buffalo," and I'm like, "You son of a bitch!" And then the bartender's like, what happened?" And I'm like, can you make another one, please? Please, thank you. Appreciate it. And then I proceed to chug it. And she's just like, oh my god. She was like, am I gonna have to like be worried about you? And I'm like, nah, I'm chilling. You worry about this guy.
Yeah, the bartender was pretty chill. Like I made sure to thank her like whenever we were getting out of there because she was awesome.
Right. Yeah, she was
But
pretty good.
yeah, dude, the Buffalo game was insane, and it was so like other people started catching on, like the
Yeah.
people that were sitting with Kai and Steven,
Yeah.
they apparently got them a couple times.
Yeah, the dude got me, and I was like, dude, you're not even playing. Shut up.
Yeah, and then freaking Richard was going around trying to get people. He was like
Really?
being like almost mean about it. He was like trying to like shake people's hand with the left hand so that they would
Oh
shift the
yeah,
drink
yeah.
over to the right. Yeah, he almost got me
Right.
with that one. Both Max and Richard tried to get me with some stuff like that, and I was like, hell no,
Yeah.
dude. Mm-mm. Won't do it. I
That's
was
too
like, put
funny.
your drink down. I'm not
Right.
holding it. Yeah, yeah. I still got a couple times. One was right away, like as soon as I sat down at the head table, like Buffalo. I was like,
Right.
fuck, bro.
Buffalo. They'd be whispering like Buffalo. I'd be like, damn it.
And
Crossed
another
it.
thing that happened though is like I would shift it over to my right, realize what the hell I was doing, and shift it immediately back left.
Shit
And
back.
then somebody
You're
would
like,
come up and
did
be like,
anybody see me?
Buffalo, and I'm like, it's in the left
Yeah.
hand.
Right. It'd be like, sorry, G.
Sorry. Yeah.
My bad.
But anyway, yeah, it's a
No,
good
I hope
time.
it was a fun time. I hope it was a fun time for you.
No, I had a great time. It was a great time. It was good to see everyone. It was good to see the family. I hope we didn't upset too much of the family with our extreme party
Yeah.
dancing towards the end. But
Right.
DJ was
Whenever a crazy rap came up, it was so funny
yeah, yeah,
because the generational gap was very apparent.
right, yeah,
I
yeah.
went up to your dad whenever Rihanna was playing, and I was like, "Yo, you gotta come dance with us." He's like, "Nah, man." And I'm like, "Bro, your son's not getting married tomorrow. Your son didn't get married yesterday. Your son got married today. Let's go dance, yeah!" And he was like, "But this ain't my vibe." I was dancing. I was like, "Okay, whatever." I'm like, "I'm gonna dance for you then. I'm gonna dance for you, and I'm gonna dance for you." And then I went over there and I danced for everybody. I was like, "Ah."
Yeah, yeah,
That was fun though.
yeah. I've been at weddings where like, especially weddings like not to diss my family because a lot of them watch, but I mean I think all the people who watch aren't the problem. But I've just been at family weddings where like people were upset that they were playing a whole lot of party music and
Yeah,
that there wasn't stuff mixed in for everyone, which I
yeah,
think the DJ did a really good job of like mixing in a lot of stuff that everyone could do, and then it was just the very end that was the
true,
party music. So
true. Yeah,
yeah,
no, it was a pretty good mix. I think
for sure, for sure.
I didn't request any songs,
Yeah, and
which was a
like
good
dude
thing.
was killing it. Like I don't think very many people requested songs. I think my grandma requested like one. I
hmm
requested one, and that was it.
Kai requested "Yeah,"
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
and that went crazy.
yeah, dude. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Surely they can't copyright us for saying yeah, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Right. Anyway, so transitioning
hmm
to a more serious topic.
More serious topic.
I'm gonna try
A
to be
scary topic.
serious about it, even though we're just funny people, and I know we
Yes.
we cope a little weirdly with humor.
Right.
But yeah, there was we want everybody to be safe when you're going out and partying, especially in Carbondale.
Yes.
And so
Especially
we're
now that it's Halloween season 2. I
right. I
guess
mean,
it's already passed, but
we've missed unofficial, but there's still Halloween, and so we just want to make sure everybody's staying safe, staying careful. And so we're gonna share one of our stories. It's a little not usual for us, but I just think it's important to share with everyone. And so, essentially, I'll start us off. I think we were at Cellar, right?
yeah, it was Halloween of 2022, and I was dressed as Captain Brazil, and you had a. Yeah, so much for being serious.
Right, right, okay.
And you had your Bulls jersey on.
Yeah, I was not trying very hard. What did I have my
And
Bulls jersey on?
I think so. I have a picture actually. I can pull it up.
I don't think I did
But
it that day, but maybe
but
I don't know.
we were what's it called? We were just bar hopping because it
Yeah,
was a Saturday, right? Or was it Sun?
it was a Saturday. We started at Cellar, or no, we didn't start. We started somewhere else, and we went to
We
Cellar, and
started at
then
a frat, right?
oh yeah, we
Started
started
at a
at
couple frats.
like Sig Pie or something,
Yeah.
and then we walked to, or no, you drove us to Cellar,
No, we
and
walked. We walked. We walked because
oh, you're right, you're right.
we walked, but I parked. I had parked my car around the bars. No, I parked my car at Max's.
Yeah, because
No, I
I
didn't.
remember after this happened, we had to walk all the way back to Max's.
Yes. Yes, we did. Yeah, we walked all the way back to Max's because I parked my car at Max's. So I drove to the frats, but then we walked to the bars. That's why we were walking.
Yeah, so we walked to Cellar, and I think we were just all vibing at Cellar, like we're having a good time. We
hmm
saw some people we knew, uh,
Yeah,
and and so we
we were
just
just
ended up
chilling.
staying at Cellar and chilling because it was a good night. And Then me and you got hungry, as we do.
That was the day. That was the day that we played darts at Cellar. I
Oh,
just pulled up the picture, and I saw the picture. And the picture looks wild. You were Top Gun, I think, is what you were.
I was.
Look at
Oh
this.
yeah, I do remember that. Wait, that's when we tied, right?
We all look weird as hell. And
Yeah,
then the dartboard is like, because we tied. You
yeah.
remember?
I remember because we kept resetting ourselves, and
Yeah,
we ended up tying. And we were like, okay, that's fine because
yeah,
we've been playing a while. Like we were okay with a draw.
yeah. We were going and going and going. We're like, no, no one's winning, no one's winning. And then you hit and you win. And I'm like, wait, I can tie. And I go, what? We tie it. The
Yeah,
same points too. It was like 18 or something.
right. So anyway, after we got done probably playing darts wrong,
We were like, yeah, we were
we
hungry.
were like, okay, we're hungry. Let's go get some food, and we were going to Sam's, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm not much of a Chango's guy when I was there, but we've been known to go there too. But Sam's is
True.
normally the spot.
The
And so
spot.
we were walking to Sam's, and I remember it was just us two,
Mm-hmm.
because like we said, we saw some people in Cellar, and so
Yeah.
Kai and the rest of the group was wanting to stay at Cellar, and we were like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
we'll just come back. Um,
Right.
and so we were walking to Sam's, and we got like basically there. Like I'm about to the
Yeah.
corner.
Yeah. We're walking. We leave the cellar. We leave cellar. There's nothing that happens in between when we get the hangar, and then by the time we get the hangar, there's like a huge crowd. Like the line of hangar. There's a line in hangar. Sticks is like bumping.
Yeah,
So there's like a bunch of people at Sticks. And like on the other side of the street too, it's like all the people from the frats that are starting to come over. Because I think it might have been like midnight or 1 at that point.
yeah.
So
It
like there was
was
still people flowing into the bars from like parties
right.
that were ending.
And there's always people hanging out at that parking lot across from Sticks. And so I do
Right, right,
remember like people hanging out in that parking lot and stuff. And we're chilling, minding our own business. And we're
right.
walking, and we get like just past Sticks, like about to turn the corner into Sam's.
Yeah, like in between Chango's and Sam's basically.
Yeah.
Around there. Or like in front of
And
Chango's basically.
I'll let you explain it because you saw it first. I didn't see it until after you said something or made a noise or something. But
Right. And you were yeah, you were right in front of me and I was right behind you. So like you were like leading the way and I
yeah,
was right behind you. And I just like hear like like a couple screams, like a whoa, 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 and like a little commotion. And then I look back and like people are running my direction. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I tap you on the shoulder and I'm like, hey, some shit's going on. But like by the time I tap you on the shoulder and you turn around, everyone is running at that point.
yeah. I,
And I'm
I
like,
I
holy shit.
I remember when I turned around, I saw the stampede of people, and
Hmm.
like that was
Coming
like
our way.
fight or flight kicked in right there. And as soon as I saw people, like as soon as I was able to visually recognize, that's when we started hearing the shots.
Yeah, exactly. And then, yeah, as soon as we turned around, like a second time, the stampede started and it was like, pop, pop, pop. I don't remember. I think it was three that we heard
It
first
was three
or two.
three first, and so what happened was
Right.
um, I saw the stampede as soon as like I said, fight or flight. Oh my god, fight or flight kicked in.
Fight or flight.
Fight or flight kicked in, and so I'm like, let's go. And
We gotta
so
get the fuck out of here.
we're right on the corner of Sam's, right? So like
Mm-hmm.
if the street is parallel to my body, Sam's
Mm-hmm.
is like over here, and we can
Right.
just go around the corner, and we should be good
And
theoretically,
hide,
right?
theoretically, right?
But
But we didn't know where it was coming from. It seemed like it was coming from behind us, but like we weren't sure because it was just
right.
so like crazy.
So anyway, like I saw the stampede, and I'm not trying to get trampled. I'm trying to get the fuck out of there after we heard
Right.
shots. So I rush around the corner, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm no offense. I'm glad that I stopped and turned around and looked for a second.
Yeah. Well, okay. In my defense, I was only standing behind the light pole. I was only standing behind the light pole because there was a big ass group of people that were running faster than me, and like I knew that the group was gonna have to break up to
Yeah.
run away. So I stood behind the light pole for a second for them to run past me so that things could clear so I could get the fuck out of there and not be trampled.
Listen, I'm not judging you. I'm not saying you should have done anything different because if I'm about to get trampled, I want to do some stupid shit too. But I
Right.
was a little bit ahead of you and I just ducked around the corner and then I turn around and I just see you standing by the light pole and my brain hasn't processed what the fuck you were doing. And so I was like, "What the fuck are you doing? Come on."
Get over here, come on. And I was like, right. But then as soon as I go over there on that side and we're crouching, right? And like
Yeah.
at the corner, we turn the corner and we're crouching like in front of the Sam's door basically.
I don't think we were crouching there yet.
Well, yeah, we weren't crouching. We were kind of
We
just
were
like
we
kind of
were
like
we
what the
were
fuck
we
is
were kind of
happening?
like duck running, a little bit.
Yeah, true, true.
And then
I
I
remember we
say,
stopped for a little bit and we talked to a dude.
yeah, well,
And
that
we
was
were like,
because we came around the corner and I was just trying to put
mm-hmm,
some distance between us and the street. And so we
right.
went to the end of the parking where like they can just pull over and side park by Sam's, and we
Mm-hmm.
ducked behind a car.
But I thought that was before we heard the second shots.
That it
That was
was.
after. I thought that was after we heard the second shots.
No, that was before. So
Okay.
we heard the first round of shots. That was three.
Mm-hmm.
Ba ba
Pop,
ba.
pop, pop.
And then
Yeah.
we ducked around the corner. I was telling
There
you
we
get
go.
the fuck over, and then we went behind the car and we hid behind the
Mm-hmm.
car, and
Mm-hmm.
so we were sitting there just kind of waiting to make sure everything was safe. This dude
Right.
with a scooter like crossed the street and was like, "What the fuck's going on?" And we were like, "Dude, they
Right.
like have you not heard it? Like fucking
Like,
shooting."
yeah, we heard three shots pop off and everyone ran
Yeah,
away.
and then the second
We were
burst of
talking to him. Yeah.
shots while we were talking to him started, and like it was a lot. Like
Yeah, it was wild because like we heard the three shots, pop, 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 and then we're like, oh, holy shit! I'm ducking behind the light pole. You're going, you're going to the left of the street. Like literally, seconds pass. Like this is probably like 15 to 20 seconds after the gunshots were
yeah,
the shot, and we were like already behind the car. And we're literally like, yeah, we heard some shots, whatever, and then it just goes pop, 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 and we're like, what the fuck, bro?
yeah. And at that point, we were like, we were hiding behind the car in hopes that everything was like going to be good. Like there's
Mm-hmm.
always a police presence up there on the strip, and
Right.
so for some fucking reason, I don't know if it was shift change or what, but that was like had to have been the only time there wasn't a cop on the strip.
Right, because every time there's a cop, like at least two cops over there.
Yeah, right. Like hangars always having problems, so there always somebody posted.
Mm-hmm.
And when I remember looking because like where we were hiding, the cop usually sits right across the street, and
Right,
so
exactly.
there was nobody there. And after we heard that second burst of shots, we were just like, let's get the fuck out of here.
We
So
we booked it.
yeah,
I remember that was one of the fastest runs I've ever had. We just booked it, and I remember like
yeah,
booking it in the parking lots behind the buildings, parallel to the strip,
yeah,
going
yeah,
south, and like just hearing and seeing the police coming from like
yeah,
woo,
yeah.
woo, 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 woo,
We
and like
saw him
on
like
all directions.
yeah, we saw him come around from the street like from the station because the station's right across the train
Mm-hmm.
tracks. And dude
Right,
was screeching come around the corner like they
right.
were moving.
He was,
But
yeah,
yeah.
he was moving.
Anyway, after that happened, we were fucking
We were all like, what the fuck just happened?
yeah, we were hyped up on adrenaline and trying to figure out what the hell happened. So we walked back
Yeah.
to get your car, and then we were
I
gonna go pick
called,
up.
yeah, I remember I called Kai and I was like, Kai, where are you?
Yeah,
And he was like, I'm at Cellar, bro. Because he was just vibing. Like, he didn't hear
yeah, yeah,
anything because Cellar's far away. And I'm like, do not leave Cellar. There was a big ass shooting.
yeah.
Like,
I
do
remember
not leave
texting
Cellar.
the group chat like and just being like, "Hey, everybody, stay off the strip for the rest of the night." Like
Mm-hmm. And
this.
Marsden was at Chango's when it happened.
Oh yeah,
So, like, she was inside Chango's and they had to fucking duck and shit in there.
yeah. I remember seeing the people in Sam's like ducking, and getting down on the
Yeah,
ground. But
right.
yeah, so we went back and grabbed your car, and then we went to go pick people up at Cellar. And one of the things
Mm-hmm.
is like nobody else was there and heard it, so I don't blame them for not understanding. But like
Right.
we pulled up at Cellar, and we're like, yeah, I think we're done for the night. We're gonna go home. But it's
Mm-hmm.
unofficial weekend, and all they're hearing is that we are not trying to party anymore.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
the people were like, dude, just chill out, like party some more. And I was just like, it's like, man, nah, I'm good,
Yeah,
you know.
right.
But all this to say, be mindful, be watchful when you're going out partying.
Right.
Um, you're always good in a group. Safety in numbers, and you just
Mm-hmm.
don't do anything stupid. I mean, as long as you're not provoking people, you're fine.
Right.
But
Exactly.
yeah, we just wanted to just share the story, trying to keep people safe, and
Mm-hmm.
if our
That was
story
a
helps
wild night.
you be more aware, then perfect. But yeah, I knew we weren't going to get through that story without laughing a little bit. But I will say there is some trauma involved for sure. I
Yeah,
remember
that was
I
scary.
was I don't remember who I was talking to, but I was talking to somebody like at my new job, and
Mm-hmm.
they started talking about like shots fired in a crowd or something, and I low key like had to just like step out of the conversation for a second just because I was like that took me by
Yeah.
surprise. But
Yeah.
anyway, less on to less serious things. Yeah.
Yes. Moving on.
Uh,
Moving on.
moving on. What was the
Yeah.
next thing? Oh.
Were we gonna talk about scary stories?
Oh, scary story series. Yeah. Less serious scary story
Hence,
series. Yeah.
hence scary stories.
I don't know how long we've been recording. I forgot to start the timer. But
31 minutes and 19 seconds. 20
oh,
seconds.
that's
21.
we got
22.
so much time. I can
We got
definitely fit
15
in
minutes.
the insane asylum story in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I you guys are in for a treat.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it's gonna be a lot of me talking, but anyway.
Go crazy.
Uh so there's this I guess we gotta go back a little bit. So there's this insane asylum. Well, it started as like a hospital or something stupid. I don't know. But anyway, it was converted into like an insane asylum or a psych ward for
Mm-hmm.
people in like the 1940s and 19 through like the 1960s or something.
And this is out by the farms at SIU, right?
Yeah, so this is out in kind of like the middle of nowhere. It's owned by the university,
Mm-hmm.
and I had heard about it before. And I guess the guys who run the farms are like they know people are out there to go look at that, and so like
So they
they're
post
kind
up.
of like yeah they're kind of posted up if they see people. But anyway, we had learned about or I had looked into this like for a really really long time, and there was a point where like we were coming back from a party or something, and I remember like talking to Kai because he was driving. I was like, let's just like drive by and see what happens. And we get
Yeah.
to like the road that you're supposed to go on to get back to it, and it's just like a farm road. Like it's not an actual
Mm-hmm.
road. It's supposed to be like a public street, but it
Mm-hmm.
does not look like that. So we were like, it's fine. Like we're not gonna stir up too much shit today. Like let's just go home.
Right.
But
Right.
I know where it's at because I've done this research and we've like turned in to turn around on the road. And
Mm-hmm.
so I remember it was super cold. I want to say it was like January or February.
Mm-hmm.
Another Targos, Max, and I excursion. I think we were coming back from the Rome, the bar in Murfreesboro, and it was my turn to DD that night. So I was driving him back, and we passed the road, and I was like, oh yeah, like that's the road that goes back to the insane asylum. Just like making
Mm-hmm.
conversation. They're like,
Right.
insane asylum? What?
They're like, what? What is that?
Yeah. And so I don't remember. I don't remember how we went about it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was decided that we were gonna go to this insane asylum that night. And I was like, okay, I'm down with this. I'm chilling
Yep.
with this. And so we we went back to their place, grabbed I don't like a bigger jacket, some gloves and stuff, and of course more hams,
Mm-hmm.
more beer.
Dude, I don't know what the hell their obsession with hams is, but like, I
It's not
guess
good.
we're Bush Light and they're hams.
Yeah, we really like Bush Light. Yeah, they love hams for some reason. But anyway, we grabbed some more beer, take my truck down there, and we kind of tuck it away. I was a little scared that I wasn't going to be able to get out, but
Mm-hmm.
because it was like really icy, but we kind of tucked it away in like this drive that was for like access to the telephone poles or something. And so then we crossed the street and we're like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, this is the point where we got to hike in because we don't want to take the road
Yeah.
because we were just afraid that supposedly like SIU still patrols it every now and then, so we didn't want to get
Right.
caught, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
So we've got our GPSs out. We're like, okay, here's where it's at. We need to hike through the woods through this way to get there.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, it's like winter. It's for sure below freezing, like 20
Right.
degrees maybe, and we're like trudging through the woods, and we've got a whole bunch of beer, and we're just
Yeah,
chilling, having a
just
good time.
trekking through,
So
trying to get
anyway,
to an insane asylum.
yeah, exactly. Well, and so the story about this insane asylum is like it used to be a psych ward, but it got shut down because the ward would bury people without marking their graves.
Mm.
So supposedly, there's a lot of unmarked graves around this insane asylum. Who knows? I don't know. It could all be hearsay, but
Uh-huh.
that's what like the stories on the internet are saying anyway. But
Yeah.
so like I know where it's at. We're just being stupid, and we want to go check it out because we're stupid. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and so we're marching through the woods. We're drinking our hams, and
Mm-hmm.
I remember we got like halfway to where we were going,
Mm-hmm.
and we got halfway to where we're going, and we hit like this field. Like we couldn't see it on the map, but like it's
Mm-hmm.
just a big field that they've put in, and I was like, damn, like wasn't supposed to be here. So, but we were like, that looks like where we're going, so let's cross. And we get over to the other side, and on the other side of this field is like a creek or a stream,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
all frozen over, like I said, below freezing. So
Mm-hmm.
there's ice all over it, and I think like I or Max or I went over first, but we were both over the creek, and we had like tested the weight of the ice to make sure like we could get across.
Step
But then
on it.
we, yeah, then we saw this log, and it was like really rotting. But we're like, okay, like it's fine. We'll use the rotting log, and shit happens. We'll just fall on the ice that's already holding our weight. So me and Max get across, and it's Targos.
Yeah.
He's carrying a couple of hams, and he's got one in his hand. And he like slips off the log, right? And so Targos,
Uh-huh.
he's part of the backpacking club. He's got all this like gear on, so he's all decked out. He's got pants that are supposed to be like weathered for like I don't know, like sub-zero temperatures or something stupid. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he slips off the log, and he doesn't fall on the ice. He catches himself, but his hams falls off, and it starts rolling away from him. Like
Yeah.
the hams. The funniest moment of this entire trip was like, so the hams starts rolling. It stops in the middle. So he's like,
Yeah.
"I'm getting my hams." So he drops onto the ice, and he's like shuffling out, and he gets into the middle, and he falls through. Like his feet get in the water. He's
Yeah.
like, dude, I'm so pissed off. And then I think he had a stick or something, and he was trying to fish his hams over.
The hams that rolled away
Yeah,
into
he's
the
trying
ice.
to fish it over with a stick, and it just keeps rolling away. So we have a photo of him standing, like, shin deep in water,
Yeah.
with the hams rolled just out of reach, and it is so funny. That was by far the funniest moment of this fucking trip. Oh my
Yeah.
god, it was hilarious. But anyway, he was
Oh,
so
man.
pissed about losing that hams too. Like,
Just a random picture of a dude that is just within arms, not just away from arm's reach
Right.
of his hams.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking
It
knee
was
deep
so
in
funny.
water.
He was
at
so upset
2
the way he
a.m.
left it too.
Did he have to leave it or did he get it? I forget.
No, we left it. Like we couldn't get to it. So the hams is just out there, bro. Maybe
just the
maybe it
hams that
quenched the
thawed
thirst
out.
of some unmarked grave ghost thing, you know?
Dude, they're gonna fight for that hams like there's no tomorrow. I'll be like, that's my
Anyway.
beer. I haven't had a beer in 100 years.
I had one last night, but anyway.
Me too. A couple last
Um,
night.
we kept going, and he was in. Like I said, we were like, dude, do we need to turn back? Because like got shin deep in water, and it's like
Right.
20 degrees outside. It was like, do we need to go back? Like we'll turn around. You know, he's like, nah, we're fine. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
He is wearing like good gear, so he was fine.
Right.
He was doing better than I was. I was cold as fuck.
Mhm.
Anyway, we kept going, and we got to another creek. This time, we all made it over without any happenings.
Right.
But this one was low key sketchier because it wasn't iced over. Like the water was running so fast that it wasn't
Oh
icing up,
shit.
and so we literally just hopped across on rocks, like our boots are getting wet. Like we're stepping on shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like we should have got hypothermia and died probably. But anyway, we all get across this creek and we finally get up and we're coming out and I'm like, oh shit, like this is it. Like we're seeing where we
Yeah.
are. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, we could be stepping on unmarked graves right now. That's crazy. So then we
Wild.
now for legal reasons, whatever I say after this may or may not have happened. Okay.
It's all a joke.
The I gotta say that for legal reasons. Whatever happens after this point may or may not have happened. It could be just be a story.
Yes.
So anyway.
It's all entertainment.
We get up there and it's like completely iced over the like driveway thing that's around the insane asylum, and they've torn down the insane asylum since I don't know that they tore it down a while ago because people were vandalizing shit,
Yeah. Naturally.
So there's just a big old pile of rubbish right in the middle.
Rubbish.
And there is a excavator and a bulldozer still sitting there, just like chilling. Looks like they haven't been touched in many years, but
Just abandon that shit over there.
right. And you could tell we were not the first ones to be there because like shit was astray, like unless it was just animals, but like the excavator had glass that was broken everywhere, like the bulldozer was fucked up, and then so anyway we get there and we were like just looking at the excavator playing around because we're big dumb idiots, and freaking I don't know what was going through his mind, but Targos was like, dude, let's get some mementos to bring back or something. So he goes to cut a hydraulic line out of the excavator. Like he gets his pocket knife out. Could be a story. Gets his pocket knife out and cuts the hydraulic line out of the excavator, and like hydraulic fluid starts pouring out. And he's like, "Oh, what is this?" It's like, what do you think it is? It's hydraulic fluid.
Oh my god, so stupid. The hypothermia was kicking in at this point.
Yeah.
That would have been funny if it actually happened.
Right. This is all a joke. But anyway, after that, like we're like just walking around looking at stuff, and we get to the bulldozer, and as we're approaching the bulldozer, like it's really slick, and so I'm like shuffling my feet a little, just trying to get up to the bulldozer. And I don't know, maybe the line I took was wrong because I think Max was on my right and Targus was on my left, but I went boom, like right onto the ice, hit my head, back of my head onto the ice. I was like, oh, that's fucking great. I probably have a concussion now. And I was like, damn, like that fucking hurt. And I just sat there on the ice and like starfish for a second. I was like, guys, this place might really be haunted. They were like, you good? We need to go back. And I was like, nah, I'm fine. Just give me a second. I'm like, I lay there on the ice for a minute, bro. I just had to get my bearings back. We finally get back up. We climb onto this bulldozer. Could be a story.
Could be a story.
Could be fake. But another thing where it's like, Max is like, okay, we definitely taken something from this bulldozer. So he pulls the seat cushion off of the bulldozer and just like chucks it towards the woods to where we're going to go back. But so we've got a seat cushion and we don't have a hydraulic hose. I mean, we ditched the hydraulic hose. But anyway, so we're like, okay, we're by this piece of rubble because the bulldozer's parked by the piece of rubble, and there's more rubble in the back. And so we're like, okay, we'll walk around to the back. And we walk around to the back, and that's where we start seeing some of like the good stuff.
The good stuff.
The good stuff. We're like, oh shit, because we saw there was like a wrecked car back there. So I don't remember. I think we took like the steering wheel from the car or something stupid. We took the steering wheel from the car. We took the bulldozer cushion. We found three bedposts.
Yep.
Potentially psych ward bedposts. We found 3 bedposts. And then we found a toilet seat. We're like, yeah, we're going to bring all this stuff back.
Oh my god.
This is a
Yeah.
great way for us to be haunted for the rest of our lives. Let's
I
take it
don't even
back.
remember how where I was because I think I was out of town that weekend or
I
something.
don't. You guys, yeah, I don't know what you guys were doing. You weren't there. I was chilling with them, but we thought it would be funny. We're like, okay, if we tell people that we went to the insane asylum, we didn't bring them anything back, they're gonna be pissed at us. So we got to bring people back stuff, and
Yeah. A
so
little
we
memento. Some gifts.
right we brought it. We're trudging out of there. We were like, okay, we're done. We're trudging
Yeah.
out of there. I've got like 3 bedposts underneath my arm, and and everybody else is carrying in their stuff. And we get to the creek that we had previously mentioned that we had to hop on the rocks for. And we're like, oh, this is
Mm-hmm.
probably a bad idea to go over the creek with this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm like, all right, everybody watch out. I fucking launch these bedposts over the creek, like just absolutely yeet them. And I was like, all right, well, the bedposts are across. So everybody
If
else
they
just
made it,
starts,
we can too.
right, everybody else just starts yeeting their stuff. And so we get everything thrown over there on the other bank. We hop across the rocks that we probably should have died on.
Mm-hmm. Once again.
make it over just fine without anything going wrong. Retrieve our thrown items and continue trudging along. Well, we're almost out of the woods at this point. We get to this right of way where it's like there's a big hill. There's a little
Mm-hmm.
snow on the ground. It's all iced over, and we're like, you know what would be fun? Let's try and sled on some of this
On the.
stuff. And so I think the first one we tried was Max tried to slide down on the seat cushion,
Yeah.
and it didn't work very well. He slid a little bit, but it just wasn't working very well.
Yeah.
So then we're like, well, there's a toilet seat. I mean, we could use the toilet seat. And I don't
Right.
remember who did it first, but whoever did it first was flying down this hill, bro. And we thought that it
On a
was
fucking toilet seat.
on a toilet seat, and we thought it was so funny. And so we're like, it comes back up. We're like, okay, we got to video this.
Yeah.
So I think Targos was the first one we tried to video, and he flies down on this toilet seat. Max recorded it, but there was no light. He was like,
Yeah.
Targos, you're gonna be pissed at me, but I forgot to put the flash on. So all you can hear
Here's
is
the dark video.
yeah, all you can hear in the video is Targos screaming. So then we tried a couple more times. We get a couple of fun videos, and then then we're like, okay, it's time to go home.
Time to get the hell out of here.
But I do remember, like, on the way out, for some fucking reason, we thought it was a good idea to put the toilet seat like around our necks. So there was a toilet seat that could have been used by lots and
crazy
lots of people, just around our necks. Pretty nasty. Pretty nasty
Hell of
in
a
hindsight, but what doesn't kill
Yes.
you makes you stronger. So anyway,
And then you
We-
guys try to give us those gifts. Those
Yeah, so-
haunted ass gifts.
we get out, we get back to the truck, we throw everything in the back of the truck, we go back to their place. We had no idea that it was like 5 a.m. when we got back. We had been out that long.
Yeah.
And so we get back, I drop them off, we put all the stuff in in their back like porch area, and I take
Yeah.
my bedpost because I'm taking that bitch home. And then we were like,
My
yeah,
bad,
so
dude.
we're gonna give the steering wheel and the toilet seat to Kai and Pedro. And so the next week, when we were throwing a
Yep.
party, we like hand you these
Like,
gifts,
we
and
have the gifts.
you guys were so ungrateful. I remember whoever
We
got
were
the
like, dude, what the fuck is this? What do you mean toilet fucking seat? Hell no.
I don't remember
It's
who
like,
we
yeah,
gave
take it home with you. Yes. I'm like, I don't want to fucking use that toilet seat for insane asylum.
Yeah, I don't remember who. I guess it was you that we tried to give the toilet
And
seat
Kai.
to.
I was like, I am not taking any of that haunted ass bullshit back to the apartment with
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
And you better not take any too. And I was like,
Dude, we were low-key a little offended. We were like, we thought of you while we were fucking around in the woods. We were like, they're
Yeah.
gonna be pissed off if we bring 3 bedposts back and they don't have nothing. So we got you a toilet seat and steering wheel, and you're just ungrateful.
Beautiful.
Ungrateful. But
Beautiful.
yeah,
It
anyway.
was amazing. I don't know what happened to them, but I
The
remember
toilet
them.
seat sat underneath their dinner table until I think Lance picked it up after a couple of months of it being underneath their dinner table.
They're just sitting there.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I don't know where the steering wheel went, but
Yeah, me neither. Steering wheel, sought after commodity, I guess.
yeah. Okay, I need you to
That's fine.
entertain the crowd for like 13 seconds.
Okay, what's up? Well, we are at 50 minutes, guys. I don't know if I have the authority to just end the podcast here, but we are at 50 minutes and 30 seconds. So, oh my God, there it is. Never mind.
And this
There's
the
the
bedpost.
That's beautiful.
I will
Haunted. Fuck
yeah, provide proof of my incrimination, but nobody else's could be a story.
That's funny.
But yeah, still have the bedpost.
Nice.
People are still scared of it and refuse to touch it. So
Beautiful. Yeah, I'm not touching that shit. Fuck that.
all right, I think we're good to end there on a good comical
sure.
story. Like we said, we're gonna try and be posting bi-weekly. Check out the Instagram. Check out the TikTok. We need to post more on TikTok, bro. We gotta get some.
We do.
Gotta get
You gotta
some
make
clips up there.
some shorts or something.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, be checking all those things out, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Let me play the outro music here. Ready? 3, 2, 1.